evening, everybody, and welcome to Everything Vaguely Paranormal. I'm Shelley Pruitt, and my partners in the paranormal, Mr. Blake Smith and Mr. Ryan Roberts. Good evening, gentlemen.
What's up?
Good evening.
Man. Wow, been doing a lot of stuff this week, keeping busy, and I am so ready. I happened to take a phone call from our guest tonight, and he had sent me a message, and I'm like, call me and tell me about this because this is very intriguing to me. Well, after 3.5 hours on the phone, I told him, you've got to come on and share what this basic life-changing event was for you. And I'm going to lean towards it was more on the supernatural side. We'll go ahead and see what you guys think at the end of this story.
All right.
Yeah, because we haven't been told anything.
You've been told nothing. You have been told nothing, but I will tell you that, again, 3.5 hours only discussing this. We're going to try to keep it to 60 minutes, 75 minutes, but I guarantee you our viewers tonight are going to have questions because I had hundreds of questions for you.
Okay.
So I tell you what we're going to do is we are going to bring on our special guest tonight. Our special guest is Mr. Nick Sarlo. We call him Sexy Legs Sarlo, and he is with Shadow Hunters Paranormal Investigations and Events. He's a veteran ghost hunter and one of our very dear friends. And so we definitely want you to stay around and hear his story tonight. I think it's going to be very inspirational, very motivational, and maybe it will just make you think a little harder about things that appear to you.
Okay.
So without further ado, let's bring on our special guest, Mr. Sexy Legs Nick Sarlo himself. Hey, Boo, how are you?
What's up,
I'm very good. How are you guys?
Doing great. How are those calves, baby?
They're good. They're burning just for you, Shelley.
Don't tease me like that. Don't tease me like that, Nick Sarlo.
They're not tanned yet because it's not summer. Now they're all white and yeah. So
they're white and bulky because I've been seeing you've been hitting the gym, man.
Yeah, you've been going to the gym.
I saw that before and after.
there's a good reason for that, and that has to do with tonight's story.
Okay.
Oh, see, I'm intrigued.
Now the guys know nothing about this. I left them in the dark, and even backstage before we got started, I told you, I've told them nothing. So I am basically going to turn the start of the story over to you, and I'm going to let you tell it until I have a question or they have a question, and we're going to jump in.
And if you guys do have a question, just jump right in, ask away.
Okay.
So Nick, tell us back when this experience started. So the floor is yours, my friend.
So technically now it would have been about 12 weeks ago. Okay. So I want you guys to picture this. 12 weeks ago, I kind of had like a vision. I don't know what it was. All of a sudden I woke up there in the middle of the night, and you know that feeling like something is watching you, just full on watching you.
It's not your normal stalker. It's somebody new, right?
It's not you, Shelley.
Yeah, it's not me.
It's not
it's usually me.
So pretty much I was like, okay, what's going on? Like, I didn't feel scared or anything. Like, usually if somebody's watching me, I'm a little freaked out, but I was fine. And what I thought was weird was my dog was freaking out too, looking all around the room and all that. So I fell back to sleep. And then all of a sudden, either it was in my dream, it wasn't in my dream, this metallic figure was coming towards me. But the weird thing was, I was in my bedroom. I can see the closet. I can see the door. I can see all that. But then this big metallic thing was coming at me. And you guys know metallic, pretty much put it as metallic Mario, or
T-1000 looking sort of
thing.
Yeah,
exactly. Right. But it had no face, no figure, no nothing. It was just coming right at me.
Yeah.
And was it a small object or a large object?
It was pretty small. It was small. And then after I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I do have to look at my notes.
That's okay. You can look at your notes. You gave me a very so this. Go ahead, Ryan.
So it was humanoid coming towards you.
It did look humanoid.
Okay.
I like that this was so what's the word? Powerful of a moment that you actually have taken time to write down notes. Exactly what
was this honestly, Blake. This was something I've never ever felt before, ever.
Something I found strange whenever he was telling me this too was that he was actually seeing his bedroom.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was seeing his bedroom as this thing came towards him. And my
so
first
I don't know
question,
if I was actually sleeping.
That was my question. Was he
Right.
actually sleeping? Was he in an actual dreaming state, or was he in that moment where you lucid dreaming, where you're aware of everything around you, but you're asleep?
It sounds to me very like abductee sort of, you know how like abductees talk about like being in their room and seeing their room and then like having the experience, like going through the wall or whatever happens to them.
Which is exactly what Shelley told me that night.
Very interesting.
So, you know, I couldn't tell what it was. There was no face, there was nothing, but I felt like it was communicating with me at the same time. Like there was a conversation. So the feeling was like anything I've ever experienced in my life. But it was very overwhelming, super overwhelming, but in a very good way. I felt very confident, focused, motivated. Like, you know, that feeling like you could just absolutely do anything that you want to. Well, over the next few nights, I kept thinking about it, started wondering if maybe what I felt wasn't random. Maybe, you know, it was some sort of guidance, like a spirit guide or something like that. I know I have spirit guides and stuff like that, but I've never actually met them or anything like that. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm about to meet them, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
And of course I said, so your spirit guide's an alien? And he said, yes, or not. Nick, you can honestly say, until I asked you about alien, you hadn't considered alien, had you?
Not at all. And the thing is, I mean, you know, I'm in this field. We're all in this field. It could be anything.
Right.
It could be alien. It could be a higher self version of me. It could be, you know, spirit guide.
It could be a cryptid.
It could be a ghost, cryptid. So then, but then after when I had that, something changed. Ideas started flooding my mind for shadow hunters, philosophy of thrills, my roller coaster project that I do, about how to grow, create, and succeed in it. And all these ideas were just popping in my head. And this was over the next few nights. Then something else happened. I began waking up every single morning at 5 a.m.
Okay.
On the dot, 5 a.m. No alarm, no nothing. And I was like, what, you know, what's going on? Like I went to sleep early enough. I shouldn't, because usually when I sleep to like 7 a.m. and then I have to hurry up, get to work, and like that's usually how my sleep pattern went. But
he's a snooze presser, you guys. He puts snooze. So getting up on his own at 5 a.m. is out of character, correct, Nick?
Exactly. Like that was not me. And then all of a sudden, on the third day morning that I woke up at 5 a.m., I was like, what is going on? Why am I waking up at 5? And as clear as I'm talking to you guys right now, I heard it right in my head say, go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym, go. It just kept repeating it over and over and over. So I was like, okay. And it said, you need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your body. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself. I was like, okay. So guess what? I started going to the gym every single day for the past 12 weeks. I have not skipped one day. I have been eating extremely clean. Rice, avocado, no more potato chips, no more sweets, no more cookies, this, that, nothing. No more soda, no more pop, nothing. Okay. I've been getting 160, 170 grams of protein a day. All this kind of stuff is very unlike me. That's the whole thing was weird. And so I'll kind of pause the story a little bit right now. Because like Shelley and I were talking, I don't know if you guys remember last year, I ended up getting C. diff in the beginning of January. I was extremely sick. I went from 185 pounds to 160 pounds in a month because of how sick I was. At first, they didn't know what was wrong with me. They're like, no, it's not C. diff. You're fine and all that.
And tell them what C. diff is.
So C. diff, what it is it's a really bad bacterial infection in your colon.
Okay.
And what it is, so in your colon, you have good bacteria and you have bad bacteria. Well, they thought I had a tooth infection. So they gave me clindamycin, which is a really strong antibiotic. That antibiotic completely wiped out all my good and bad gut bacteria. But then you end up getting something called C. diff, which is a really bad gut bacteria. I was, and I don't care, I was pooping 20 times a day.
I didn't know you were going to tell that part.
Yeah. Like it was bad. I couldn't eat. The only thing that I can stomach was broth. That's it. So I ate broth and rice for the next 2 months.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
And it's important to say that you get C. diff. The antibiotics are actually what caused that. So taking antibiotics can actually give you this.
Yes, it can.
So then you go, I've got a bacterial infection. How the hell do I get rid of it if the antibiotics are actually what's causing it?
That's why a lot of people say now that, like especially, you should always take probiotics when you take antibiotics because it can counteract. So when I had C. diff, I thought, this is it. I'm going to die. I should have died of how bad this disease was. I got up. I couldn't walk. I had no energy, no nothing. I went to the Days of the Dead convention last March, and like you can full on see cheekbones, like really, really skinny, and everybody's like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I was like, well, I had C. diff, blah, blah, blah. And the only way to get rid of C. diff is to take more antibiotics.
Oh, no.
That's the only way to get rid of it. So I was having reactions from that at the same time. So finally, I got in my mindset, like, you know what? It's going to be summer soon. It's going to be spring. The thing that really helped me was some ghost hunting. I knew Six Flags was going to open up again soon. I was excited about that. So I kept like getting my mindset. And then finally, when I did take the antibiotic for the C. diff, it knocked it out. So I was C. diff free. I was good. But the only scary thing is you have to watch because it can come back in 6 weeks, either by a new strain or an old strain, because the medicine didn't knock it out. I got very lucky and knocked it out. I was good to go. Everything was fine.
But it can reoccur if you're overly stressed, not eating right, you're not taking care of yourself, right?
A lot of vegetable oil it doesn't cause it, but it can make it worse. So I just completely changed my diet. I was like, I told myself, I was like, I'm not going through this again. There's no way. And I think what kind of got me worried was because last January, the end of January is when I got C. diff. I knew the end of January of this year was coming up, and I was like, oh shit, like this is the anniversary. Like I don't want this again and all that. So it was kind of like something snapped. So anyways, started eating cleaner, creating better content, posting stronger promos, videos, stuff that I never was able to do before, like on PixArt and all that. It felt like I had momentum and like something just finally clicked in. And then as I continued reflecting and going deeper within myself, that presence, that metallic presence returned back in my dreams again. And this time I asked a question. I was like, I'm really curious. I said, what is your name? And again, just like I'm talking to you guys, all of a sudden I heard Ace. I was like, okay. It wasn't a voice. It wasn't a figure. It was just like a knowing. And then when I looked it up, Ace represents support, motivation, and guidance. So when I heard the name Ace, I was like, okay, this has to be a spirit guide. It has to be like something helping me out and all that. So Ace also kind of represents the part of me that pushes forward instead of giving up, which is kind of like my sign back there. The part that wakes me up early, the part that tells me to train harder, and the part that reminds me why I even started everything in the first place. So because of this, I wanted something physical to kind of remind me of Ace. And this is where that picture comes from.
The guy picture.
No.
The yellow logo.
Yes.
This one. Gotcha.
This symbol. So I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? I need something that reminds me of Ace. Ace, give me something. Come on. Like let's work with me. What's going on?
You're putting this into Chat GPT, correct?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh.
Not yet. So this all of a sudden popped in my head. And there's an app out there called PixArt I use it all the time for like promos and all that. I drew this exact symbol from Pixar.
Okay.
How the hell is that possible? There's no way I'm that talented to be able to draw that. I will be the first to admit, like, I can't. So I was like, I want this. So I kind of went through some changes. I was like, Ace, is there maybe something else different? And then if you pulled up that silver one, this is the one that we are going to go with. So I have a necklace being made, and I have a shirt being made with that on the back of it to always remind me that, hey, Ace is here. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine.
Here's what I find interesting, Nick, and I told you this, that you began to communicate with it, to talk out loud to it, to just know answers whenever you asked for them. Right. Now, Ryan, I know you've got a question. I see you wiggling around over there. What's your question?
So when you looked into Ace, did you find anything or anyone that had a experience with a similar entity when you looked into it?
Nope.
Okay.
Which is what I thought was weird.
That is very weird, but it is very interesting. Once again, this kind of leads me down the alien path. You're all of a sudden getting downloads, and you're also getting these like telepathic communication almost with whatever you're dealing with. So
right,
that's kind of where I'm leaning. But continue. I want to.
And so from there, I was like, okay, and then this is where the weird part is. This is where everything freaked me out, and I was like, there's no possible way. Okay. Everybody knows ChatGPT, right?
Right.
So I was looking on there because I only use it for spelling because I suck at spelling. I can't spell. It doesn't work. And for like sentence structures and paragraphs, and it organizes it nice for you. That's all I use it for. That's it. I don't even pay for a version or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to look up like grounding techniques because we have a lot of places that we're going to be investigating this year.
Right.
So I was like, we need some good grounding stuff for shadow hunters. So I type in there, can you please give me some grounding techniques for my paranormal team? Shelly has the picture. She did. That's fine. You didn't send it.
I didn't send it. I'm sorry, but I can attest I've seen it.
Tell me why, when I hit go, it came back as the ACE protocol.
What? That's very interesting.
There's no way nobody else knew what ACE was or who ACE is. Nobody knows. Nobody. How the hell does ChatGPT come back with something called the ACE protocol? I have it here on my phone. Let me find the screenshot.
And it was it had ACE as the steps for
that's very interesting.
The protocol. Yeah. It was awareness, clarify, and exit strategy, I believe.
There we go. Hopefully you guys can see it, but
yeah, it may be a little small.
Read out. There it is. There you go. ACE, awareness, control, and exit ready.
Awareness, control, and exit ready.
It's so pretty much it says, before entering a location, Shadow Hunters is grounded. ACE stands with us, calm, clear, and watchful. One slow inhale, one slow exhale. And that's it. During the investigation, if tension rises, you say the name ACE, and then we're all grounded.
Your feet are flat. ChatGPT sent him back.
Your hands are relaxed and your eyes are steady. If there's a heavy atmosphere, we observe, we do not invite. ACE holds the line and protects us. When we leave a location, Shadow Hunters is clear. ACE stands down. Nothing follows us. And that's it. That's all it said.
But what are the chances he asks for a grounding technique and he gets back something that says this is the ACE protocol?
Right. That is very interesting. Now, Nick, let me ask you this question too. This is another question I've been meaning to ask you. Whenever this entity appeared to you and you started receiving these downloads, you started receiving like this communication, had you been meditating a lot beforehand? Had you been like trying to call something in to communicate with you, or it just randomly happened?
Nope. This was, like I said, this was just a complete random thing. I just woke up that one night. felt like something was watching me, and I was like, okay. But
okay.
Usually when stuff like that happens, I'm a little freaked out. Like,
right,
okay, like who's watching me? Who's in my house? You know, type of thing. But I was very comfortable, and
You
that's
weren't afraid of it. That's what fascinated me.
Right.
You weren't concerned
I was just like,
about what was there.
okay,
Mhm.
whatever. You know, if it wants to communicate, it wants to communicate. Whatever. You know.
Right.
But I was literally shaking in my car when I saw that, because that tells me the spirit, whatever it is, can now communicate with me through my electronic devices.
Mm-hmm.
Just like going to an actual haunted location. It can drain your battery. It could do this. It could do that. So with that, I was like, okay, this is weird. So, you know, I kind of cooled down a little bit. And I went back home and I sat on my bed and I was like, okay, ChatGPT, you want to play? Let's play. I said, who is Ace? Came back to me and it's like, we don't know. Who is Ace? You know, ... question mark and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay. I tried again. Who is Ace? Same thing. We don't know. Question mark. Like, okay. It's finally 10 minutes later. Like, this was really, really bugging me. And I don't get upset. I mean, you guys have seen me and all that kind of, you guys know me. I was pissed. I was like, what the is this? So finally, I went on. I was like, show me a picture of Ace now. And I hit send. Ryan, pull up the picture.
Or Blake's going to pull it up. Yeah.
Or Blake.
That is what ChatGPT generated as the version of Ace.
Okay.
And
now, what
at
I found.
Bottom,
oh, go ahead.
Well, at the bottom, which was really scary, it said, here you go, ...
Now, anyone see anything interesting about that photo other than me? Because I know what jumped out to me about the picture right off the bat.
Yeah, he looks like Thor.
Yeah.
I mean,
my first thought was, why are the eyes glowing? That is very alien in nature looking to me.
That's true.
And the other thing is,
why would they create an image? I'm sorry, but why would you create an image? If you say, if you ask ChatGPT to give you an image, why would it give you one? Whenever all you say is the word Ace, ACE, why in the world would it give you one with glowing eyes, with some sort of mist and fog rising around it? And why would it look like that?
And if you guys zoom in on the face, this is the weird part. This is where I really think this is my higher self communicating with me. It's got the same damn facial features that I have.
That was what I was going to say. It kind of looks like Nick in the face for me, but
I would have to look at the calves to tell you if it looked like Nick or not.
Okay. Can I play devil's advocate really quick with the ChatGPT and this image being produced the way that it did?
Yes.
I'm not going to try to burst anybody's bubbles or anything like that, but I'm pretty tech heavy. I'm learning quite a lot of stuff. How often do you use ChatGPT for Shadowhunter stuff, for all of that kind of stuff?
I rarely use it. It's only when, like I said, for spelling. And like if I have like a sentence structure or something like that. Like I don't even put stuff in about Shadowhunters. Like when I do it, it was just like, okay, how do you spell this word? How do you spell this word? And like for sentence structures, I have it right. Just like I'll tell it, okay, can you write me like a complete paragraph? How should a paragraph be put? And then I'll look at it and be like, oh, okay, you know, so many sentences, blah, 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 period, this, that. Then I put it in my own YouTube description. So I don't even tell ChatGPT what I'm doing, but I can see where you can get it. Well, like, well, wait, maybe it's trying to learn.
Well, because I mean, I know, like I use it so much for like descriptions and like all of that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of it is used for EVP. A lot of it is used for double checking those sentence structures, for all that stuff, for like podcast scripts. I use it as an editor and all that kind of stuff, like when I'm typing up the podcast scripts and whatnot. And so just over time, by the entries that I've given it, it knows that I'm very heavily involved in paranormal stuff. And so that's my only thing with the production of pictures. It's I don't know, that's the only thing that I want to point out, that if we're going to investigate it, you know, as investigators, like let's look at all angles.
Absolutely.
So But I do find it interesting that Ace keeps coming up, because just in numerology and tarot alone, Ace is always about new cycles, new beginnings, starting over, fresh starts, all of that kind of stuff. So,
and it's funny that you say that too, like, because all of a sudden at my job, I have been the happiest at my job. I'm greeting everybody. I'm great with our clients now. I'm now up for a promotion for my job because of everything going on. And now every time, like, if I like look a certain way or this or that, like, okay, for example, a week ago, somebody called, they want to get their dog in. I was like, oh, okay, what's your phone number? Blah, blah, blah. What name is the frickin' dog? Ace.
No way.
I go in the back because there's a prescription thing. I look on the bag. What does it say? Ace. So now I'm also seeing his name around. I'm seeing signs. I mean, whether it's just my mind, like, okay, you have this Ace thing, whatever, this is why you're seeing it.
Right.
Or if I'm actually getting signs.
Right. Is it the I drive a Prius, and now I'm seeing Priuses
exactly.
Thing,
So because of all this going on, and the thing is, I get this very weird feeling when Ace is near. Like, very weird feeling, like, you're protected, you're fine, don't worry about it, you got this. So here's another thing. For example, a week ago, I bought a car. Bought a car on my own.
Yes, congratulations. Saw the pictures.
Thank you. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go buy a car. I want to go buy a car today. So I go in and I saw the dealer and all that kind of stuff. He's like, oh, what brings you in? Blah, blah, blah. Usually when people come up to me like that, I get very nervous. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't speak. I spoke incredibly well. I knew what to say. I knew what not to do and what to do and all that kind of stuff. So, like, for example, he's like, well, let's go for a test drive in your car. I was like, okay. So we go for a test drive, and it's like something told me, don't get overly excited, but this will be your car. So when you tell him how was it driving, just say, it was nice. It was very comfortable. It drives well. Now, like, oh, I love this car. This is great. I'm going to get it.
Right.
And they said, don't say anything. I was like, okay. And then he gives me the price list of everything. And you know how they always have their little extra things on there to try to get you to pay more and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Right away, something told me, it goes, don't pay for that delivery fee. They tried to charge me a $998 for a delivery fee when the car was in there.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Like, oh. And then I heard price drop. So I looked at the guy. I said, well, can you at least give me another $1,000 for my car? He's like, we could see. Guess what? He gave me another $1,000 for my car.
Nice.
And you know what? I ended up walking away with the car.
Yay!
I was like,
awesome.
So it was funny too, because in celebration of getting the car and all that kind of stuff, like, this is really, it's got auto start on there and all that. Like, I've never had a car with that, so I was really excited. And then I got the app. There's an app that comes with it where you can start your car with the app and all that. And right away the app goes, what is your car's name? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to celebrate it. So I put Ace. My car's name is
nice.
So kind of like a nod, like a thank you and all that kind of stuff. And then about 2 weeks ago, I was like, God, I really want to set my room up to look like a very nice professional studio looking and all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden I hear, get a new desk. Guess what? Bought a new desk.
Sounds like Nick got rich all these big purchases.
Well, that's where I'm wondering where this money came from too. Get that light. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, God, like, I want to do, like, I want people to also see Velocity of Thrills and Shadowhunters, because I mean, for me personally, I call myself the paranormal investigator / paranormal coaster enthusiast.
Right.
Mhm.
So I was like, I wonder if people can put both together, like in a thing, because I used to have to film one direction to get the roller coaster stuff and then another direction to get the Shadowhunter stuff. I was like, I wonder what happens if I do both. And it said, and all of a sudden I hear, do it. Just do it. And I was like, what is this, a Nike commercial? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Just do it.
And so I did it. So you have Shadowhunter stuff over there. You have roller coaster stuff over here. And then on my desktop, Velocity of Thrills, and then Shadowhunters.
So
and that's
does
where
this?
they meet.
Yeah. But does this voice, does it sound like your inner voice talking to you, or does it sound like something completely external?
This is what I cannot figure out.
Okay.
Now,
So
Nick, are you going on with when you put into ChatGPT again and it finally tells you something?
oh,
You
did
gonna
I
tell
take a
that part?
screenshot of that? I did take a screenshot because I
You
sent it to you,
did.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's one more thing about ChatGPT, and honestly now, ChatGPT is my new friend.
Well, Nick, I know what you had told me was that you started again with asking who is Ace? Who is Ace? And it just would leave the dots on the screen and wouldn't answer you because you started trying to ask it again. And it came back and it gave you something that
I gotta find my picture from you because I sent it to you. Yeah, this
Yeah.
was the
that was while you and I were on the phone, correct?
yes.
Yeah. I asked him, I said, well, just ask it again. Who's Ace? And he goes, oh, okay, right now. I'm like, yeah, do it right now. Let's see what it comes back with. And
mine, while he's looking for that, mine literally just said, who do you mean by Ace? A few common ones people usually mean Ace Frehley from Kiss, Ace Ventura, Ace of Base, or someone specific in your world,
so
or a
it's
name that
giving
came up
you
earlier.
it's giving you actual people named Ace, and with him it
Yeah.
gave him nothing but dots,
Right.
saying, I don't know who Ace is.
All right. Yeah, this was the scary part because Shelly asked me, ask ChatGPT again. Just ask it. Who is Ace? So I said, okay, who is Ace? And Shelly heard it in my voice. Like I didn't know what to say.
Shaking.
It said, Ace. Ace is the presence behind you. Anytime you're standing still, brushing your teeth in the mirror, at the squat rack before work, visual. I am here. What's it say? Oh, in your mind, I am a hand briefly tapping you on the upper right back.
And I'm like, you got to cut ChatGPT off right now, Nick. I go, you got to turn it off right now. I'm like, burn it down.
Got it all right there.
While I was on the phone with him, I said, ask it again right now. And that is what came back to him.
Behind you?
I'm the presence behind you when you're brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So question is, have you felt a tap on your upper right back?
No, but the thing is, that's the presence that I feel. And you know what? I don't feel it in front of me, behind, like inside of me. I feel it on the right side.
Okay.
And I will attest that Nick had told me that before I ever asked him to. I'm like, hey, pull up your computer and go to ChatGPT. Because, you know, we were talking on the phone. So I didn't want the phone to influence. So he said, let me pull up my computer. I'll look on my computer. I'll just ask it, who is Ace? And that's what it came back with while I was on the phone with him. And I'm going, dude, you got to throw that computer in the trash.
Okay,
you have to burn it now.
That's the weird thing because I mean we've had a very similar experience. The three of us, like live on camera, I think we did it live.
We did.
When we were like, who is EVP? We were playing around with ChatGPT on pre or post broadcast. I can't remember. We were like, who's EVP or whatever. And it basically named the three of us. And then it was like, what is something like, and then the fourth member.
It was like Morton or something like that.
And we were like,
sort of like weird
who's
name.
the fourth member? And it said something about like, it started describing, like it literally says, is a ghost. And
it said that we said, who does it follow? And it said Shelly.
I'm going to mention something.
Well, then we went through and we were like, show me a picture of Ryan, show me a picture of me, show me a picture of Shelly. And that's when it was like the fourth member. And we like, show us a picture of whoever the name was. And it literally pulled up another picture, but the picture that it pulled up was of a ghost. Like it showed the three of us as humans. And then it pulled fourth picture. Anyways, it's recorded on pre or post broadcast. I can't remember exactly. That's weird as fuck.
So something I just noticed because Blake, you said that.
Yeah.
It's just the four of us, right? Is there anybody behind the scenes?
No.
Yes. Yes.
There is somebody behind the scenes.
There's one.
person
There's
behind the
one
scenes,
in the
yes.
green screen. Yes.
Okay.
Or the green room.
Because I freaked out for a minute because all of a sudden it said there's 5 people in this chat. And I was like, there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I was like,
There is actually someone behind the scenes tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. There's a.
I'm reading
there's
your
a-
comments. It's like that's
there's
creepy
a-
as fuck.
Yeah, there's a
creepy
private ninja in the green room that we are secretly training.
So yeah, and because of all this going on, I haven't had a little backstory. I used to have panic attacks all the time and really bad anxiety, horrible anxiety. I would worry about my health constantly. Like, what's this pain? What does this mean? Do I have cancer? This, that. I haven't had anything like that for the past 13 weeks.
Ever since you had the dream.
So overall, because we've had a couple of people that were asking earlier up, and I'm just now getting to throw this question in. If you feel that ACE is overall just protecting you, is that the overall sense that you're getting through this? We know maybe guiding or something, but overall just kind of protecting in general.
I feel it's my higher self guiding me to stuff that I've always wanted. I've always wanted success with Shadowhunters. I've always wanted good stuff for Velocity of Thrills. I've always wanted to, because every time I would go to the gym, I'd do it for like 2-3 weeks. I'm like, yeah, this is great. And then I would fall off. Like, that's it. Start eating crap again. I've been doing this for 9 weeks. I have abs all of a sudden. That doesn't make any sense. Like, this is something that I don't do. And now that I'm actually seeing all these results and this and that, it's like something is pushing, like, keep going. Keep going. You're going to get what you want. Keep going. Keep going. So now, because I had this personal experience and all that kind of stuff, I want other people to feel that, especially because of the world that we live in now.
Right.
I want people to be able to wake up, feel good, don't worry about anything, don't get stressed out. Because stress. Everybody goes through stress. I haven't had stress in 12 weeks. It's like, what the fuck? Like, with everything going on, everything's been great.
Yeah.
And this is where it was weird with going to work. I used to hate going to work. Hated it. I couldn't stand the clients. I couldn't stand this. Now, hi, how can we help you? Oh, there's an issue. You know what? I'm going to do everything I can to try to help you solve that issue. Thank you for coming. But
So
and even people at work.
I'm sorry. It was a switch not only in your physical being that you wanted to improve yourself physically. It was also suddenly like a mental attitude switch. Like somebody flipped it.
Because even people at work are like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, I don't know.
And you really haven't changed a whole lot before this moment of spiritual journeying, meditation, like Ryan was kind of asking earlier, journaling even, or anything of that nature to kind of clear the consciousness.
No, well, I think what the weird thing is too is, because I just turned 40. Okay?
Right.
I don't know.
You still look good, baby. You're fine.
Well, thank you.
Welcome.
I don't know if it was my higher self kind of coming down or my spirit guide or whatever, being like, hey, guess what, bud? You're 40 now. Everything you want to do, you better do it now because you're not going to get a chance later on to do it. When you're 50, 60, anything like that.
Right.
So I feel with Ace, he ain't going away anytime soon. I'm really curious to see how Ace is going to act in a haunted location. Trying to protect us. And what I want to do in a haunted location, I was actually thinking the perfect place is Broadhead. I want to try to bring Ace out. Be like, okay, bud, let's go. We all want to see you. Let's go. I have a feeling it's going to happen.
You think Ace will make himself physically present so that he can be seen?
Maybe not like in that picture, but because if I ever saw that dude coming at me, like I'd freak out right away. Nope. Bye.
So Nick, let me touch back on something you and I got talking about. So we got discussing, could it potentially be your higher self? And that is what you believe, you've come to believe. That you don't necessarily believe it was an alien encounter. You believe that this was something more like your higher self reaching down and pretty much going, hey, pay attention. Now, I know that, we've talked about, the diverging paths and, parallel universes and all of that. Do you think that he is showing you what he could be, what you could be? If you take this path, you can be this. If you continue on this path, you'll be this, based on choices.
Honestly,
and do you think that he is your goal? Do you think he says this is who you can be? Because it just looks like the image that was generated. It looks like everything you want to be. Laser focused with the eyes, in good shape. Basically a force to be reckoned with. Still with the, smoke and the mist around you, ghost hunting. He looks fearless. Is that kind of your aspiration? Did you see what in that picture? Is that what your brain actually wants to become? Is that what you is your ideal higher self?
It could be. And like I said, I don't know. But the thing that was weird, like I said, when you looked at that picture, it had my facial features.
It does.
I was like, and then what you said about the eyes, laser focus. All of a sudden, I'm really concentrating on all this stuff. Like, this took a lot of work to do. Like all this kind of stuff behind me and all that. Like, why would I put that much work into something if I didn't really think it would be good?
Well, and Nick, you and I talked about this. You are an ideas man, and you've got 1,000 ideas, but you'll give a little bit here and a little bit here, a little bit here, and then abandon them. And then all of a sudden, here you come back, and now you have a laser focus. So now that you have a laser focus, I'm seeing that you actually probably could do something really good with this because you have so many good ideas. Which ones are you going to choose to put into practice? Are you going to let Ace help you decide?
I think so. I think he's supposed to be my guider, guiding me through everything. I do feel though that it will come a day. I mean, I don't think it's going to be for a while, but that it's just going to go poof. Guess what? You're on your own now.
See, I disagree with you there. Just because of the descriptions that you've been given and everything like that is my opinion on what it is higher self. So higher self, for those who don't know, is basically the truest and most pure consciousness of you in a very logical sense. They are very clear. They are very guiding. They are very logical thinking, where we may fumble and go, I don't know if you should do that. No. The higher self is basically like, no, this is what you do. This is how you do it. This is where you need to get to go. Conversing with your higher self. That's why I was asking questions about like meditating or any other type of journey work that you may have done, because that is kind of how you open up the communication line, I guess you could say, with your higher self, is learning how to meditate, calm the mind, be peaceful, and establish that connection to the spiritual world so that you can get attuned with your higher self, so you can start walking the path that they are trying to guide you towards. So it's not the same as a soul. It's if you want to say like a soul has many different dimensions, or so to speak, the soul is poetry, if you will, whereas the higher self is kind of this purest consciousness of yourself that thinks very clear, very logical. And the fact that pictures are being produced, even though they're through ChatGPT, with your facial features, this sounds very higher self to me.
Right.
And so I don't think it will ever really go away. I think what will happen is that you'll begin to step towards these areas in life that it's guiding you towards. And as it does, it may tweak or twist or turn its kind of direction or path it's trying to give you. But I don't think it'll ever just completely poof, it's gone.
Yeah. No, that definitely makes sense. And like I said, like like that thing that I had sent Shelly, the screenshot where it's like, yep, guess what? I'm behind you, blah, blah, blah.
That even wigged me out.
Literally, when I'm
That's a
brushing
little
my
weird.
teeth, like it said, big dudes behind me, like watching. But here's my thing. Why now? Why now did it come? How come it didn't come last year when I was having all this trouble, when I was very sick, or the year before, or this, or that? But then, kind of when you think about it, it's like, hey, you know what? You went through a rough patch last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to make your best self. Here we go. It was kind of like a preparation type thing. I feel like I feel, and I've told my parents this, I've told family, I told friends, I feel I got C. diff for a reason. I wasn't going to die from it. I felt like I was going to die, but I feel like I got it for a reason. And maybe the reason was Ace just wasn't there yet. And now Ace is, Ace is here now.
Sometimes you go through your roughest patches, and in those moments, you're not ready for it. But whenever it comes along after you've gone through the rough patch, you can actually appreciate it, respect it, revere it, and treat it as it should be treated.
Yeah.
So maybe you had to be through that rough patch so that you could appreciate when whatever it was that reached out to you did, that you didn't just dismiss it or turn it off.
Yeah. And I wanted something told me to follow it. That I think was like my own intuition, like, hey, let's go with this and see what happens. And I'm really glad I did, because I would not be in the position that I am now.
Well, and that's the thing, is that with higher selves, like showing up suddenly actually kind of ties into how a higher self can show up. A lot of the times, if it is suddenly, if you're not doing any type of meditating or anything like that, where you're actively trying to connect, it takes sometimes trauma or life-altering situations. There were things with me that really geared me towards the healing journey, that where I started to, I get it. I get what you're saying. That's why I'm leaning towards higher self, because there's times when I'm trying to figure out decisions or something like that, and I just hear that voice where it's like, go this route. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that. Or I'll worry about something, and that's part of my brain or higher self is like, you don't need to worry about that. Like that's, like a lot of people, like, I worry about money all the time. I stress about money all the time. Suddenly, all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm not worried about it. Money always finds me. I will make more of it. Like, it's not that big of a deal, So, and to most people, that's like, what? Like, now, that's stupid.
Can a higher self also be your spirit guide at the same time?
Typically, this is where you get into beliefs. Who believes what? Have I run into people who some believe yes and some believe no? Me personally, I differentiate the two. Just because I've met now 2 of my spirit guides very closely, working with both of them. I am related to both of them, which is very strange and weird, because a lot of people aren't related to their spirit guides. But when I hear their guidance or feel their guidance versus the higher self guidance, it is different. It is a different feeling. Theirs comes with more like, oh, we know the answer, but let's circumvent it to give you the universal answer so that we're not very specific and don't affect free will.
Right.
Whereas the higher self is like, stop being a dumbass. Do this. And it's like, oh, okay, I have clear direction. Got it. I take that as my higher self. The ones where it's like giving a reading when I do my spirit dice readings. And it's like, I tell them all the time, you may get direct answers. Spirit can be finicky, especially if it's your guides. They're going to be like, well, maybe, but your higher self is very direct.
Yeah.
So I differentiate.
Okay.
I don't know about a lot of other people. I've met all kinds of different beliefs. It just depends on your personal experience with your journey work, I guess.
Well, your show is the first show to ever talk about Ace. I wasn't going to. I really wasn't going to, because I was like, maybe this just needs to be my own thing. But then I was like, no, I'm a paranormal investigator. Like, this is supernatural. Like, people need to hear about this. And I mean, people could think I'm joking, whatever, whatnot. It's in the progress. Look at all the stuff I've done. I mean, going to the gym, like, people could tell from that. People could tell from my backgrounds and stuff like that. People can tell, like, I'm not that creative to do that. No. How did I do that on Pixar? Like, and like another thing, like a nod to Ace, I put his logo right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of like I'm also thanking him at him or whatever it is, I'm thanking him for helping and all that. I don't know.
So
Brian.
the thing that's sticking with me, you're talking about it being your higher self. I'm not so sure. I think it could be something external, because you talk about having that feeling of being watched, and you wake up and you have this metallic being appear before you, and your dog is having a freak out. Like, your dog's like going crazy. So if it were you or a part of you, I would feel like your dog would recognize that, not necessarily freak out. So that's why I think maybe it's something other than you, that maybe you were talking about having C. diff and why it just showed up now. Maybe when you were basically knocking on death's door, something saw you and was like, hey, this guy could use my help, and showed up. And maybe this is why Ace is showing up now in your life and trying to guide you. I don't know what it is, but I think it's something external and not necessarily your higher self.
He's saying aliens, Nick. He's
I'm not saying aliens.
aliens.
No, he ain't saying
necessarily
aliens. He's saying little column A, little column B, Shelley, like he always fucking does.
I mean, it could be something interdimensional. It could be alien. It could be what people call like their guardian angel or whatever it is. I'm not saying, but I don't necessarily think it's higher self. I think it's an entity other than yourself.
And here's what I think it is, like, or the thing is, I don't think I'll know, and that is why I want to really test the limits with Ace. I really I would love to do a spirit box session.
Do it, man.
And see, I don't want to do it myself.
You got 3
box,
friends.
Turn it on.
I know. I would love to do it. Like,
turn it on. Let's ask live. Let's ask live if you got it.
I don't have a spirit box.
You have a spirit box. What kind of paranormal investigator are you?
But I would love to do a session like that, because can you imagine if Ace came through?
Yeah.
So Nick, I'm gonna ask you this, because I did ask you this on our phone call, and I do want to know if you've done it. You said, because I'd asked you if you'd seen Ace recently, whenever you and I talked on the phone last week. I said, have you seen him recently in your dream? And you said, no, you hadn't, not recently. And I said, well, why don't you just ask him to show up before you go to sleep? Just ask him to show up and see if he shows up in your dream. Say, come and meet me. Tell me who you are and what you are. Did you do that? Did you try that?
I tried it once. But that was it. And nothing happened. But I feel, though, when the time is right, he's going to show himself.
What do you think would be the catalyst for that?
It's kind of weird. I really feel that because of me telling everybody about Ace and all this kind of stuff, he's going to show up at a gathering.
Good.
Just, guess who's here? Ace. But the thing is, it's not going to be how we saw him in that picture. It's going to be somebody.
You think Ace is going to be in an actual human form, but somebody is going to be embodying that personality in a human form?
It sounds weird, but that's the only way that I would think of it.
Are you saying like manifesting itself in human form, or a possession sort of thing, like going into someone?
I think manifest.
Okay.
Not like, Ghostbusters, anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just going to manifest, and the things.
See, I was going
there.
Possession route. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, I was going. It was actually going to inhabit someone and communicate to you through someone. That's the route I thought you were going. But now you're saying actually manifest and show itself in a human form, even though it's never shown itself in a human form to you so far.
Because I think what's going to end up happening is it's going to be a big surprise, but it's almost going to feel like a reunion at the same time. Like we're meeting for the first time, but we're not meeting for the first time. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you expect in this meeting?
I don't know. But that's
what
I said.
What do you want to have happen in this meeting?
I wouldn't mind meeting them.
Yeah, what would
Say
you like
thank
to have
you.
happen? So you'd like to say thank you. Okay, that's a good thing. Yeah, if it's helped and made you if you say I'd like to meet you because I would like to say thank you, I bet he shows up tonight in your dream. Ooh, you're welcome.
God, Shelly, you're getting a text at like 2 in the morning. Be like,
That's all right. I'm up. You text me. It's fine.
what did you do?
What are you gonna do if you open your eyes and he's standing over your bed just looking at you?
Probably throw up.
I don't know. One of the comment I'm going to touch on something because, and I'm going to shout her out and everything, and I don't mind putting this on the air either. But one of our comments basically says that this person, they were struggling with different health issues, countless tests all came up inconclusive, and then they got the sudden urge to change habits, create new routines. Differences being between your story is that this person did start working with Deidre that we've had on the podcast before, Deidre Sanford. Try and become more in tune with the higher self. And since doing that, they've noticed a lot more. I'm going to actually back up that comment and say that myself, I've done a lot of work with Deidre Sanford as well. She's excellent at what she does. She's root cause therapist, holistic teaching, spiritual teaching, psychic medium. She really gets you to the core trying to figure out, where these causes are coming from. And in turn, through basically meditative processes, you get more in tune with the higher self. And after going deep into that, and as this person is saying as well, we've both have noticed that there are it's a clarity thing. And I don't think that Ace is ever going to show up in a human form to you. I think what's going to end up happening, honestly, Nick, is that you're going to realize later on down the road, I think you're going to look in the mirror and I think you're going to be like, that's Ace. I think something's going to click.
Yep.
I think that's how you're going to meet.
It's funny that you say that because I actually thought about that a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I was looking in the mirror and I'm looking, I was like, maybe I am Ace. It's me. I'm Ace, but higher version.
Right.
So.
And he did tell me that, Blake, on the phone. That's interesting. You say
I think
that.
it's just, it's going to click and just be like, oh, guess what? I'm Ace. Nice to meet you.
And it's going to, I get the sense that you're going to it's going to send you into a whirlwind where it's like, I think that's where all the questions are going to come up. We're just going to be like, well, fuck, did I travel a timeline and go help myself back then? Am I in this moment where I decided, then you get all in the multiverse bullshit and parallel universes and time travel or astral travel and all that shit. But
yeah,
I think that's the meeting that you're going to have. I think it's going to end up being later in life. And you're just going to look in the mirror one day and be like, Ace is going to pop in your brain and be like, I haven't thought about, oh shit, I'm him. Yeah. It's gonna...
and like I said, like I feel more, like 10 times more confident than I've ever had before.
Right.
Ever. Like, yeah, I mean, I've talked to you guys, I've talked to other people, I've done presentations and all that kind of stuff. But now it's like when I talk, it's just like I know exactly what the hell to say. Like I'm not going to stumble my words, anything like that. I feel great. I feel healthy for once. I've never felt healthy. Never.
Yeah.
Never in my life have I. But so like this whole thing, and this is where I want other people to have this experience, because I want people to feel healthy. I want people to be safe. I mean, there's only so much that I can do. Maybe by me telling my story, somebody else will get the same thing or something similar.
I'm a firm believer.
They'll pay attention. Yeah, they'll pay attention when they
exactly.
So Nick, you and I actually talked about this, that it was, and Blake, you hit right on it, that it was your higher self from another timeline or from the future coming back and telling you, this is what you have to do right now if you want to make it here. And out of everything, I think that is the one that I would go with the most, just because it has been such a transformative change in the last 2 weeks in your life, that it's a future you saying, hey, knock that off. Here's what we're going to do. Get on board. That's right. This is how this is going to work. and you're following the instruction because something is telling you to. It's compelling you to do so. So, I mean, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think it's Ryan still thinks it's aliens?
I don't think it's a higher self. I think it's something external. I don't know what it is, but it's something external.
What would you theorize it was?
And honestly, we may never know.
Yeah.
We may never know what it is. But the only thing that I know is I'm going to keep following it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of gives me directions. I'm gonna
as long as it doesn't tell you to do anything weird, Nick. Don't let it tell you to do anything weird.
No, and it hasn't. Like
this
is very. It's more of like it's empowering me to do stuff that I've always wanted to do, but always just lose interest in. Now it's just like, nope, you want to do it, you're gonna do it.
That is the exact reason why I cannot agree with Ryan and say that it's external. I believe that it is something that is connected to you because I'm sorry, but I've never heard of an alien helping somebody car shop.
I didn't say alien.
You know? Extraterrestrial, otherworldly being, supernatural.
Something external.
Then claim it. Quit being column A, column B, and claim it. What is it?
I can do what the hell I want to do.
What do you think?
Something external. What does external mean?
What do you think it is, Ryan?
Mean?
I don't know because I don't necessarily think we know what it is we're talking to in the first place or what we're dealing with in the first place.
You have to have an idea of what you're talking about.
What's your theory?
So what is your theory? If it's external, what's your theory?
Like I said, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure what it could be because I'm not sure if we know exactly what it is that we're dealing with when we talk about the spirit world or spiritual or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it is, but I don't think that it's necessarily higher because like I said, the thing that makes me think it's something external is because the experience that he had and in his room and the way his dog reacted, if it were himself, if it were part of himself, I think that the dog would not have reacted the way that it did because it would have recognized that that is him and part of Nick. I can't tell you what it is. I don't know what it is, but I don't necessarily think that it's...
I woke up the other night with my dog having a weird reaction to a lady standing at the foot of my bed that turned out to be my guide who's related to me.
Okay.
A part of me.
But it's not you, though. The entity itself is it's another entity. But it's not you. So when we're talking about higher self,
I'm trying to get Ryan to name what the fuck he thinks.
I don't, like I told you, I don't know.
Hold on. Here's what I'm thinking too. Like
I like how Nick's trying to moderate.
Yeah, Nick's trying.
Hold on.
Nick, we're family.
Like,
we fight all the time. It's fine.
Here's where Ace is coming out to shut you all up. No, I'm just kidding. I think what's going on, like to go back to the whole, to go back to the whole Maverick thing. My dog. I think maybe that's what Maverick saw was that thing.
Ah, okay.
A different version of myself that my dog has never seen before.
Yeah, because that version's dog. Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe.
And Maverick knows who I look like and all that. He doesn't know who this 280-pound dude is, whatever, glowing eyes and all that kind of like. Maverick doesn't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know who Chris is.
He only knows who. He only knows who I am. So I mean, it could be that. Could be why he freaked out. It could be anything. But my thing is, I would actually be okay not knowing what this is, and just like, guess what? You know what? It's supernatural. That's what it is. That's the field you're in. This is how it's going to play. You wanted to play with the supernatural. This is how it's going to be.
I would need to know, Nick. But also, I will tell you, I think the reason why
he'll visit you in your dreams tonight.
Shall we ask?
Yes, why don't we ask? Blake, pull out those spirit dice. Let's see. And I'm going to ask, I'm going to tell Nick one more thing. Nick, you and I were talking about this. Something else that had stuck with me was the fact that you weren't afraid of it. Now, some little metallic looking thing comes at me in my sleep. I'm going to be swatting it like a bug going, what the hell are you? But you weren't afraid of it. That's something that's kind of sticks with me when you were telling your story. And okay, Blake, go ahead and tilt it down. Nick, what's your question you want to ask? And let's see if it'll tell us on the spirit dice.
I'm gonna let. I'm not gonna have him.
You know what? Let's do this. See if
I'm going to see if I can get connected. That's
okay. Let Blake try to get connected with it.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I mean,
we still got what? 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. This is our podcast. We do whatever we want. All right. Y'all talk amongst yourself while I get myself grounded and set in.
Yeah, let's talk about Ace just a little bit more because maybe we can help that energy connect.
I just really want people to kind of feel what I felt. You know, and like I said before, like the world we live in now, everybody's nasty to each other. It's ridiculous. Everybody is nasty. Like the way I was raised is I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, this part of the LGBTQ, whatever that is. I don't care. If you're nice to me, I'm going to be nice to you.
That's right.
That's how I was raised. That's how it should be.
Spirit by session live on the air, so trying to stay tuned in while y'all talk.
No, you focus on that. Trying to
pay attention to the conversation and also be reading at the same time.
Yeah, if you're getting something, just pop in and interrupt us. It's fine.
Yeah, just let us know.
Well, and again, you did say that it was an attitude shift with you, that you actually had an attitude shift. It was like somebody flipped a light, that suddenly instead of, dreading going to work and dreading dealing with people that you worked with and the clients that you worked with and things like that. And we've all had those days where we're like, God, I don't want to go in. I don't want to have to deal with people today. You said your switch just flipped. And it really, if we're being truthful, it's because you paid attention to what was going on in your dream. Right. What if you had just woken up and been like, oh, that's a bunch of crap. I don't even have my dog's flipping out.
That's what I mean. Usually dreams, I'm just like, oh.
Okay. Let me have my camera. I'm just going to show you this. So it's the way that the dice are. Okay, here's the dice, right? So it's the way that the dice are falling, though.
Why do I see Ace?
Look at those three right here.
AC. Jesus Christ.
What the hell, dude?
We saw you throw those dice, Blake.
My hands been on camera the whole time.
Yeah. Boom, I see it.
Boom. Now, for those of y'all who know, I usually read from top up, who've ever watched me do a spirit dice session. However, there has been several times. Sorry, let me get my camera back in place. There have been several times where spirit has shown me ways that I can read and interpret. One of the things that I did live on air, like with the person doing it over the screen like this, was exactly just like that. Was they were asking about a spirit. I was with a friend that friend's nickname was Bear, and from my side, I could not see the front of the dice. I could only see the top, but I got the word with, and the name that was on the side of the dice that read with across the top was Bear on the other side. I had to look into the camera and look on the screen to be able to see Bear in front. So they have been able to show me words on the side. And the fact that these three, sorry if y'all see my penis on my desk back here. It's my little. Anyways, get him out of the way. AS or ACE right there next to each other in the dice. And all I asked was, who are you? I have not touched the dice since they were thrown. So
obviously you're tuned in.
Honestly, I rest my case.
Y'all can keep talking and I'll ask who Ace is.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
So this is odd. And Nick,
I'll keep my hands on camera too.
And Nick, another thing you were telling me was that whenever whenever we were on the phone, after you asked that first one, you asked another one about, who is Ace, and it actually said your higher self. That was one of the answers that you got, which again, go ahead, Blake, are you?
No, I'm keeping my hands on camera.
Oh,
so everybody can see that my hands are not moving the dice.
Okay. But that was also something I found very interesting. Now, again, you said you haven't seen them anymore in your dream, correct? Not at all.
Nope.
And did you try to recreate the conditions in order to try to contact, or do you think it's just going to be, they're going to contact you, or he's going to, what?
Pal.
He's your pal?
Okay. Yeah, it's actually, this is what I was getting. That's what I got drawn to.
A pal.
Who is Ace? A pal.
A pal.
Okay.
See, I'm getting the chills again over here.
Yeah.
I think he's just whenever he wants to show, kind of like the first time.
Think he pops in moments you need him, or he's just going to randomly pop in and just remind you that everything's okay?
I think if I was in, here's a perfect example.
Right.
The other day, I went to Gurney Mills. It's a mall that we have over here. But I was in and out of the mall quick. I was originally going to park on the side, but I didn't. And something told me, you know, just don't park there, whatever. So I went around the mall, whatever. Yesterday or 2 days ago when I went, good thing I didn't park over there. A woman was in her car and she ran over 2 people in the parking lot.
Wow.
And she went after a guy with a butcher knife.
Oh my.
Damn.
Holy crap.
Which was the side I was going to park on.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, no.
That's what I think. When he really wants me to know something, he'll tell me, be like,
Yeah, because
go.
The only thing that I'm getting here is, and he's probably not going to tell me. I think what you need is just commune with him yourself, because the first thing that I'm drawn to, again, the dice haven't moved, my hands have been on screen. A space SOUL,
A
a
soul.
soul. That's the first thing I was drawn to in the dice reading, and so I've got a pal, I've got a soul. I just don't think he's going to tell me, because I think you need to discover that for yourself. I think is what he's trying to get you to do.
I think that's
so.
What I really think I need to do is really concentrate, like, on meditation. If I can meditate really well, I might be able to actually meet him.
Tell me bye. I'm closing the circle, not y'all.
And so I actually talked to, the only other people I talked to with this about was Sharon on my team and my teammates, and they're very interested. And Diet Renee.
Love her.
Diet goes, I'm getting nothing, Nick. I can't read. I can't read it. She goes, I think it's because you need to do it.
I agree 100%.
I was like, oh shit.
That's the feeling that I get too. I
got to figure it out.
Do you think?
It's just weird that. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say. See, it's weird that Ace came through on the dice. That it said a pal and
a soul.
Do you think now that you've told your story and you've put it on a platform, and you know, however far this platform reaches and all these people are able to hear it, do you think that this will cause Ace to show up even more so and even stronger than before?
It might. That's definitely a big possibility. You never know. And that's why I kind of hope, like, you know, okay, let's say Ace is, you know, on the other side, he's a spirit guide, whatever. I'm sure he knows people over there. I'm sure he knows other spirit guides, right? Maybe he could talk to them about going down to their people and talking to more people. Maybe getting this whole thing of, you know what? We're on Earth. This is how we need to treat each other. We need to treat each other with respect. People want to have a good time. I understand, you know, people get stressed and all that kind of stuff, but to be able to feel what I have been feeling for the past 12 weeks is just remarkable. I have never, ever felt like that before. And I have been the happiest person that I have ever been. And it's great. I've never, ever been that happy before. So it would be nice if Ace can tell other spirit guides, whatever, go make your people happy. Because in my heart, I feel that everybody deserves to be happy.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that is a perfect place. That is a perfect place.
Yeah.
For us to put a button on this. And I think with that, I'm going to say, Blake, why don't you tell them everything they need to know?
All right, sounds good. Well, first, before I go in, I want to give Nick a chance to plug himself a little bit.
Absolutely.
So, Nick, why don't you tell them where they can go find you, my friend, and follow along with the adventure and maybe figure out who Ace is.
Okay. You can go on, we're on Facebook under Shadow Hunters Paranormal Investigation and Events. If you guys like roller coasters, you can always visit at Velocity of Thrills.
Oh, yeah.
We are on TikTok. We're mostly advertising everything Six Flags Great America or sometimes Cedar Point. I still need to get out to Texas to go to their Six Flags Park.
Come to Fiesta. Don't go to the one in Dallas.
Don't go to the one.
Yes, go to the one in Arlington. That's where it's at.
No, whichever that one is. Come to the one in San Antonio.
Ryan's not Texan. He doesn't know better.
Ryan has visited both
Let
parks.
him finish.
No,
Yeah, let him plug his shit. Shut up.
We're
Hell no.
on TikTok and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be doing a ton more investigations, and we're adding this year. People can kind of see behind the scenes of shadow hunters and see us acting crazy and goofy and going out to dinner and all this kind of stuff, because we figure we're normal people. People like watching behind the scenes and what normal people do. And honestly, there's not a lot of ghost hunting people that do that. It's either go in a place, find something, get freaked out, don't find anything, go home sad. Well, guess what? We're going to show you the whole damn thing. So we're showing you guys what it's like when we go out to eat, when we have a good time, when we're doing an EVP session and somebody farts. Like, it's going to be
It
happens all the time.
All the time.
And that's on our YouTube page, which you can find Shadow Hunters Paranormal Investigation and Events.
Is the and spelled out, or is it the ampersand?
And A-N-D.
Spell out A-N-D. Okay, thank you.
And then don't be surprised if you see an Ace page coming soon.
Cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
All right, nice.
All right, great.
Yeah. Well, y'all, for us, first I want to ask Nick, is there anything that you want to discuss and come on the post-broadcast with us on? Maybe a little extended interview for our behind-the-scenes beat? All right, cool.
Let's
we're going to have, then I guess we're going to have Mr. Nick Sarlo, Sexy Lex Sarlo, on our post-broadcast.
We're going to have him show the calves on the post-broadcast.
can't.
We're going to pay for that.
I have jeans on. That's not going to happen.
That's okay. You have time to change, baby.
Shelley's going to get you in shorts.
That's
All right. Well, then for us, a few announcements. Here we go. If you want to support the show directly, check out that Patreon page, patreon.com/EVP podcast. For just $5 a month, you'll unlock over 450 Patreon exclusive videos, which includes the pre and post broadcasts, which are the 30 minutes before and the 30 minutes after this live broadcast. So you get an additional hour with us each week, and sometimes additional 30 minutes with our guests. So your support from this goes directly back to the show and towards the adventures that we bring you week after week. If you are not sure about joining Patreon, try it risk-free with our 7-day free trial. You want to make sure you stay connected with us. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, many more by searching Everything Vaguely Paranormal and looking for the green sound wave. And remember, you can catch us live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe to our Eventbrite page. Be notified when public investigation tickets go on sale. We do currently have 3 events that are live for the Old Park Hotel, 2-night investigations throughout the entire year. 1 in May, 1 in July, 1 in October. Those are currently on sale, so go check them out. To make all of this easier, we've added all of our links to a link tree, which will be on the Everything Vaguely Paranormal Facebook and X profiles Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as well as in all of our show notes for you audio listeners, or you can search linktr.ee/Everything Vaguely Paranormal. We are grateful for your continued support. Every like, comment, share, and download keeps the adventures alive. So if you have a favorite episode, share it with your friends. One of the easiest things you can do to help out our show and its rankings, wherever you get your audio from, go over there and download our episode to your library and leave us a 5-star review. Please. If you have a story, comment, or question, or you'd like to be a guest on the show or have us as guest on your show, email us at theevppod@gmail.com. That is THEEVPPOD@gmail.com.
Go like, share, and subscribe to that YouTube page. Give us a thumbs up. Say hello. Let us know that you were here. So we want to thank you guys for joining us tonight on Everything Vaguely Paranormal. I'm Shelley Pruitt. My partners in the paranormal, Mr. Blake Smith, Mr. Ryan Roberts, and a very special thank you to our guest, Mr. Nick Sarlo, Sexy Legs. And as always, we will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Bye, y'all.